Andrew Bogut is one of Australia's greatest ever basketball players.
And Bogut on the finish. Did you see that shot?
Standing 7 foot tall, the three-time Olympian began his career on basketball's biggest stage, the NBA, in 2005.
Blocked by Bogut.
After playing 13 seasons with 5 NBA teams, the star player returned home last year to join the Sydney Kings. The son of Croatian immigrants, Andrew Bogut grew up in the leafy Melbourne suburb of Endeavour Hills.
I always liked basketball even before I was knew I was going to be tall. Just started throwing a tennis ball through a hoop, and then it was a soccer ball and a basketball, and I just fell in love with the game. I'm a competitive person by nature, whether it's basketball or cards or Monopoly or whatever it is, and get pretty intense and emotional about trying to win.
In 2003, when he was still a teenager, Bogut moved to Utah to play college basketball, where his star potential was obvious.
The Milwaukee Bucks select Andrew Bogut from Australia.
2 years later, he was the first Australian in the NBA draft to be the #1 overall pick. He signed with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Just taking that deep breath, and it's surreal to me still.
Bogut.
The NBA was, funnily enough, never really my dream. It was more a fantasy that I didn't think was possible.
Well, Bogut off to a hot early start.
A dream and goal for me was to play in the NBL, to be quite honest with you. I grew up supporting the NBL as a young fella, and really wanted to just get to the NBL. And then as I progressed throughout my junior career and got better and better and went to college, I realised this NBA fantasy's now turned into a dream.
Bogut went on to win a coveted NBA championship with the Golden State Warriors in 2015.
And the dream season is now complete.
It was an unbelievable feeling. Probably the most special thing was I got to the Golden State Warriors when the franchise wasn't successful at all, and was part of the build-up from the ground up. We didn't really buy stars and do all that. We built it up the traditional way by drafting right and trading right, and ended up winning a championship from it. So it was something I'll remember forever. I still talk to all those guys on the team to this day.
41 minutes after missing the 3 games. How about that pass? So Bogut, watch out.
Bogut has had to persevere in an injury-marred career.
It's very hard. It tests not only your physical toughness, but your mental toughness. When I broke my leg the last time in Cleveland, people only see when you're back on the court. They don't see the first 6 weeks where you're literally laid up in a bed with a cast on and can barely go shower and go to the bathroom and do the simple things that we take for granted. As an athlete, that's something that is part of the bad parts of our job. It's the perils. You got to sometimes get injuries and rehab, and having my wife there and a support network, someone that can help you out and is willing to do that, is very important.
In 2018, after being waived by the LA Lakers, a 33-year-old Bogut returned home to play for the Sydney Kings.
I've been bounced around a little bit the last couple of years of my NBA career, and just had a newborn, and the priorities started to change, and I just saw how much and how hard it was on the family just moving on a whim. Baby-proofing houses and all that kind of stuff, and then buying new furniture and packing, and just got over that. And then my wife had fallen pregnant again with our second, and at the time got deemed a high-risk pregnancy. I decided that I wanted to be in one place for more than a few months at a time possibly, and the NBL was a great situation for that, where it created stability in my family life, and I still got to play basketball and play at a high level.
Bogut negotiated a unique 2-year deal with the Kings, including the opportunity to be a part owner of the business. When he stops playing for the team, Bogut will get a 10% share, with the option of buying up to 50%.
Yeah, it's something that I've dabbled in a little bit and got some equity in the club. I possibly could buy in, I might not, I might walk away completely, I don't know.
Averaging 11.6 points per game, Bogut helped a struggling Sydney Kings make the finals and was crowned the NBL's most valuable player.
How differently a basketball is treated in the US compared to here?
The NBA, it's no secret, makes a boatload of money, so we're treated probably too nice at times. We fly on chartered jets and stay in 5-star hotels and all the best food every day. So that would probably be the biggest thing compared to Australia. The NBL obviously is a much smaller league, and the finances don't stretch quite as far to have private jets and 5-star hotels.
Off the court, Bogut is not afraid to speak his mind. Earlier this month, he tweeted his support for Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey. Morey sparked an outcry in China after tweeting his support for protesters in Hong Kong, and the NBA, which sees China as a growth market, initially failed to back him.
In siding with the Chinese Communist Party and silencing free speech, the NBA is acting like a wholly owned subsidiary of that authoritarian regime.
It's pretty interesting, and look, let's be honest, the NBA has done a fantastic job business-wise from getting their feet into China. They're not silly, they know that's a multi-billion-dollar market, the biggest market in the world, but at what cost? And I think that's the question people are asking now, and it's very, very interesting. You know, I think people that say they're not very well educated on Hong Kong and what's going on, it takes all but 1 hour to jump on the internet and get both sides of the story and form your own opinion. And I think, you know, it's pretty obvious what most people's opinions are. But if you have any kind of business interest or financial interest in anything in China, you can't state those opinions.
Andrew Bogut is in the final year of his contract with the Sydney Kings and isn't ruling out a return to the NBA after the Tokyo Olympics.
I'll probably finish this season off, hopefully with an NBL championship, and then get to Tokyo.
Great timing from the big fella.
So the NBA could still rear its head after the NBL season, which would flow on perfectly to Tokyo and keep me in shape. So it's something that I'll definitely consider again.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.